Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a live discussion of Batman the Wasp Quantumania. This movie's been out for 2 days, came out Friday, I already watched it, I did my review on it, that was a non-spoiler review, so I'm going to do my spoilers and then I'll do a spoiler review, so I'm going to do it now. Now before I do, don't like, subscribe and click the notification bell for his algorithm. So this is an annoying spoiler review, so here's a non-spoiler review. So I will go to the. So let's do the non-spoiler. So basically, the story is going to be the story is basically in the film, Lanka and Van Dyne are transported to Quantum Realm along with their family to face Kang the Conqueror, and because I think the movie, the story is good. I think some of the characters are good. I think the story is okay. I didn't talk about the story in my other review. I love the music. I love Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors. I thought the cast was great. I liked the visuals, and that's pretty much. So I did not like the jokes. I did not like MODOK. I didn't like how he looked. And so I won't get into spoilers. So I'll just keep this brief. I think I liked it. I like the two post-credit scenes. I thought the third act was a bit underwhelming. I feel like it could have been better. So It is the first movie of Phase 5. I did not like Phase 4 only because I felt like there was too much stuff, and I thought most of it didn't matter, and I thought most of it wasn't building up to like Phase 5 and 6. So that was my big problem with Phase 4. It was Phase 5 it was building up to Kang for Phase 6. So Kang the Conqueror, we saw him in He Who Remains in Loki, and this movie is when we see the actual Kang, and um, so this is so I don't know much about Kang. All I know is that he can go into other people's universes. He can go to the multiverse, and he's a huge villain. So he will be a big part of the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So my big problem is I wish he just wasn't introduced in an Ant-Man film. I think they should have introduced him in another film, but that's what I've so. So I'm gonna get into the spoilers because um there's nothing really else I can say unless I go into the spoilers. So let's get into the spoilers now. The spoilers now. Let's so let's get into the story. Now the story is. I told you I thought the story was okay. I feel like it could have been better. Um, I feel like the thing with this movie is I feel like it's it's trying to set up so much when it really doesn't need to, and I think my problem with this movie is that it didn't need to be like a multiverse like type movie. It could have just been a regular Ant-Man movie, but Peyton Reed wanted an Avengers level movie, so thus we got this. And I really didn't want a movie in the quantum realm. I kind of liked Ant-Man 1. The reason I liked 1 was that it was lower and it was just a normal um it was just a regular small adventure in the MCU. That's what Ant-Man the Wasp did. So I didn't want a whole movie in the quantum realm. But let's go to quantum realm. I thought the visual, some of it was good, some of it wasn't. Um, so I feel like most of it was good, some of it like wasn't. But like I just really didn't care about the quantum realm because I didn't care for Ant-Man the Wasp. I feel like going into this one, I feel like Kang shouldn't have been in this movie. Kang could have been like he could have come back much later, but yeah, I don't know why they put him in an Ant-Man movie. Kang isn't really an Ant-Man villain, so I don't know why they. And they also put MODOK in this movie as well, which I don't know much about MODOK. I'll get to it later, but that's pretty much what I have to say about the story. Now let's get into the characters. Now the characters. Let's start off with Scott Lang. Now Scott Lang. I love Paul Rudd as an actor. I liked him as in Friends. I liked him in the 40-Year-Old Virgin Knocked Up. This is 40. Um, so yeah, when he was cast as Ant Man, I was actually excited. So we first saw him in Ant Man, and I loved him in that. We loved it. We had him in Civil War. Even Ant Man the Wasp, and then I loved him in Endgame. I think he's one of the standouts in Endgame. So going into this film, I feel like with Scott Lang, he hasn't really changed. He's kind of been the same since Endgame. Like he doesn't really progress. So this film, I'll say he changed a bit since Endgame, but it's not by much. So Ant-Man's not my favorite. Ant-Man. I'm not a huge fan of Scott Lang as Ant-Man. I kind of prefer Hank Pym. I kind of wish Hank Pym was the Ant-Man of the MCU, but they went with Scott Lang, which I'm fine with. But I kind of would have preferred Hank Pym. So yeah, he was good in this movie. I liked how they gave him more to work with this movie, but so yeah, that's pretty much I thought I had to say. I thought Ant-Man Scott Lang was good in this movie, and so let's get into Cassie Lang now. So Cassie Lang, she's played by Catherine Newton. She was played by Abby. Who's she played by? She was played by Abby Ryder Fortson, who played her as a child in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we had Emma Thurman, who played her in Avengers Endgame, and I actually liked the one in Endgame, but then they basically recasted her, and I don't know why they did it, but basically they recasted her, and um, she's like in two scenes of Endgame, and they recast her with Catherine Newton, which I think they went with Catherine Newton because they just wanted a bigger name. I love Catherine Newton. She's been in she's been in plenty of movies. Let me go for this. What movies has she been in? So she was in Bad Teacher. She was in Paranormal Activity 4. She was in Lady Bird, Blockers, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Freaky. I loved her in Freaky. Um, she was also in Supernatural. She was in Mad Men. She was also in Big Little Lies, which I actually liked her in that. I liked her in Little Women. I loved her in The Society, but then they cancelled the series. So Catherine Newton, when they canceled, I thought, Catherine Newton might be good. They announced her at the Investors Day, and so I was wondering why they didn't give a reason as to why they recast it, but the actress who played Emma Thurman found out she was getting recast during Investors Day, and I kind of wish they kind of kept her Cassie, but um yeah. So let's go with Catherine Newton. Like I think Catherine Newton's a good actress. I think the problem is they really didn't give her enough to do. Like they didn't give her enough to do in this movie. I feel like if they gave her more to do, she could have been good. But this is her first movie, so maybe down the line, maybe an Avengers movie, or maybe if they get to young Avengers, we might see the development a bit more. But I feel like I like the chemistry between her and Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. I thought it's good, but I feel like they just didn't do enough with her. I feel like if the script was better, she could be good. Now let's get on to Wasp, played by Evangeline Lilly. Now the Wasp, we first saw her in Ant-Man. And I thought she was good in that man. Ant-Man the Wasp. I liked her in that movie. I also liked her in Avengers Endgame, even though she was only in the end. But I like Evangeline Lilly, but I feel like they just really didn't give her a lot to do. Like she was there, but they just really didn't give her enough to do. And I don't know why they call it Ant-Man the Wasp. They should just call it Ant-Man Quantumania because she really does do a lot in the movie. Like most of it was just Ant-Man and Kang. She shows up at the end, but she doesn't really do a lot too. And I like Wasp. So I feel like they just didn't give her enough to do, and they just wanted to call it Ant-Man Wasp Quantumania when they could have just called it Ant-Man Quantumania. But I like Wasp. The problem is they just didn't do enough with that, which I like Evangeline Lilly, but I wish they just did more with her. Because Ant-Man the Wasp, they did so much more with her, and that's just the problem with this movie. There's just too much going on at the same time. Let's go with Janet Van Dyne, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. She was first in. Well, she was in Ant-Man, but she was played by a young actress. She was in Ant-Man the Wasp when she's first played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and I actually liked her in that movie. The problem is they just didn't do enough with her, and I loved she was in Endgame briefly during the funeral, and I like how this movie they gave her more to do, and we find out about her time in the quantum realm, and how she met Kang the Conqueror, And so basically, I think Michelle Pfeiffer's a good actress. I liked her since Batman Returns, um, Scarface. She's done a lot of movies, and so Adela Van Dyne. I feel like the problem was her they just didn't know what to do with her in the first two movies. I like how they gave her more to, and I feel like they gave her much more to do in this movie than Wasp, and that was kind of the problem. I wish it was they gave Wasp more to do, but um. So yeah, I really liked her. She was really good. Michelle Pfeiffer's good. I really enjoyed her in this movie. Now let's get on to with Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas. Now Michael Douglas, I liked him since Basic Instinct, and I think Michael Douglas is a good actor. He's good as Hank Pym. I like him pretty much all the movies. I feel like he just wasn't in the movie that much. They could have gave him more to do, but yeah, I wouldn't want to see a movie where Hank Pym is actually Ant-Man. If they do a prequel, but yeah, Hank Pym. Um, I liked Michael Douglas. I thought he was good with what he was given. I wish he was just in the movie that much, but I wish he was in it more. But um, Michael Douglas, he's good in the movie. I like Michael Douglas. I just feel like they just really didn't give him a lot. If they gave him a bit more, I think he could have been good. But let's move on to Kang the Conqueror now. Kang the Conqueror, I think he's the best character in the whole movie. Played by Jonathan Majors, which he was in Lovecraft Country. He was also in Devotion. He will be in Creed 3, and what else is he gonna be? He's gonna be in Kang Dynasty: Secret Wars. I like Jonathan. I'll say Jonathan Majors is probably the best actor we've had today. Probably one of the best Hollywood actors this day and age. Like I loved him in Devotion. I loved him in Lovecraft Country. Um, I loved him in Was the Harder They Fall. He was also in that as well. And yeah, Jonathan Majors. He was great as Kang. He was in Loki, which I didn't like him in Loki. I just thought he was annoying, but he was as He Remains. But yeah, I like Jonathan Majors. He was in The Five Bloods. He was in Holiday 4. He was in Devotion. He was also in he will be in Creed. I can't wait for him in Creed 3. But I feel like Kang the Conqueror. I thought as good as Kang. My problem is I feel like they just didn't do enough with him, and I feel like they nerfed him down too much because I feel like he would have been better if he was in that Man movie. I wish he was in another movie, maybe a Captain America movie. I just don't. I just never understand why they put him in that Man movie. Kind of, but um, so if you've seen the movie, he dies at the end. He gets sucked into the thing, um, the source or whatever. So, um, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. So I'll get to that in the positives. And so yeah, he will be in the Kang Dynasty and he will be in the Secret Wars. But I feel like this iteration is dead. This iteration died. There will be a new Kang. He might even be dead. Anyone in the MC doesn't stay dead. So yeah, he was good. I like the chemistry between her and Michelle Pfeiffer. I thought they were good. And next to Bill Murray's cry out. And I just want to be sure he's not in the movie that much. He's only like one scene. And when they announced Bill Murray's in this movie, I was like, I like Bill Murray. I like him in the Ghostbusters movies. He's in the Garfield movies as well. And yeah, as he plays Kryler. He's only like one scene where he talks to Janet, and that's pretty much it. And then he pretty much disappears, doesn't come back. And let's go to the last one, Murdoch, played by Corey Stoll, who plays Darren Cross. He played Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man. Basically, they announced he was coming back, and then they announced he was going to play Murdoch, which we saw briefly in the trailer. And I like Corey Stoll as an actor. Actually like Yellow Jacket. I just did not like Murdoch. I was annoyed. I did not like the design. There's nothing like it in the comics. I just did not like the design. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. I thought he was given a lot. So so the spoilers. So let's get into the spoilers. I so now let's get into the positives. No, so the positives, I feel like all the cast is good. I feel like the cast is good. I like the visuals. I think I feel like I feel like this movie was good. I feel like it's better than Ant-Man the Wasp. I don't It's not better than the first Ant-Man, but um I think the standout of this movie is Jonathan Majors as Kang. I feel like some of the action is good, some of the visuals good. I like the music by Christoph Beck, and yeah, the cast was good. That's pretty much it. Um, so let's get into the. I feel like the positives. I like how I love all the cast. I thought it was good. I like how they gave them more to do, but yeah, let's get into negatives. And I have a lot of negatives. My problem is with the story. I feel like the movie. I feel like it could have been good. I just feel like there was just too much going on because it was setting up the quantum realm, and it was setting up like this. It was like this multiverse story, and then you had the whole thing with Kang, and yeah, I feel like Kang shouldn't have been in this movie. I feel like they should have just waited. And my biggest thing with this movie is um I don't like how some of the members don't come back. We have David Desmatian. He doesn't come back as Kurt. Um, we'll get to him in a sec. Judy Greer plays Maggie Lang. He doesn't come back. Michael Pena is in the first one. He doesn't come back. And who else comes? So David Desmatian, Judy Greer, Bobby Cannavale. Those four actors from Ant-Man 1 and 2 don't come back in this one. I kind of wish they were in there. At least David Desmatian, because I actually liked him as Kurt. So David Desmatian, he comes back, but he's not Kurt. He plays Kev. He plays a little he plays the plant Kev, and I thought he was okay, but he wasn't in it that much. But so um, so he plays Veb, which I actually thought he was good. Like some of the jokes were good. There's plenty of actors that are in there. That were in here like KTM O'Brien. I wish he was in it more. And you also had William Jackson Harper, which I kind of wish he was. They gave him more to do. I kind of wish Bobby Cannavale was in this movie. I actually liked him in the first two. I actually liked. I love Michael Pena in the two movies. I wish he came back. I like Judy Greer, and I kind of wish they came back. Jimmy Woo comes back from Amanda Wasp and One Division. He also comes back, and so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about That's pretty much all I have to say. So let's get final thoughts. So final thoughts. I think Amanda Was is a good movie. I feel like it's just not a good start to Phase 5. It was more like if it was made of part of Phase 4. But yeah, I've said this before. I'm not a huge fan of the Ant-Man movies. I thought Ant-Man 1's okay. Ant-Man the Wasp I did not like. So going into this film, I just did not get. Then they said it was going to be like a multiverse type movie, and I saw the trailers and I thought I'd check it out. And then the reviews came and it was like I think it's like 48% now. Then the reviews came out and I was like, I might not watch this movie. I was planning on watching it again. I was like, but after I hear the reviews, I was like, I might watch it once. So I think after watching the movie, I kind of liked it a bit. I might watch it again. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about Ant Man. This is the first movie of Phase 5. So after this, we'll be getting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I'm looking forward to that one more. We're getting the Marvels, which just got pushed back to November. Yeah, all I have to say, I think it was a good movie. I give it a 7 out of 10. I might have to watch it again, but yeah, that's all I have to say about Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania. Much better movie than Ant-Man the Wasp. It entertained me much more than Ant-Man the Wasp. Ant-Man one, um, I honestly feel like Ant-Man one was the best one only because Edgar Wright was part of it. Um, Edgar Wright, he was an executive producer, so his influence was there. And yeah, overall, if you like the Ant-Man movies, yeah, the MCU, I highly recommend you check this movie. Um, this movie's made 225 million right now, so I can see it making around maybe 500, 600 million. I don't see it making it a billion because for it to make a billion, it actually has to be a good movie and has to have repeat viewings. And I don't know, the reviews just I don't know. I feel like the critics were a bit too harsh on this movie. Like, they were getting it 48%. I don't think it deserves 48%. I think it deserves maybe around 60, 70%. I'll say around 60%. So yeah, this is my review. Give it a 7 out of 10. So this is my final thought. This is my thoughts. I'm in a Wasp good movie. You like the MCU, like Ant-Man, I highly recommend you check out this movie. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. And so yeah, so that's so much for my video. I'll see my next video. Bye. And I will be doing more of these, more live discussions. So the next one will be on Shazam when it comes out in March, and I will be doing one for guys. Pretty much any blockbusters that come out, any of the big blockbusters, I will be doing more. I will be doing them on SoundJam live, but I will be doing so. Shazam comes out in March. I will be doing one on Shazam. So guys, thank you for watching my videos. For my next video. Bye. Okay, so I just wanted to make this quick video about the post-credit scenes in Ant-Man, because I forgot to include them in my spoiler review. So let's talk about the first one. Now, the first one is basically, you see a bunch of Kangs. You see Ramatut, and one of them is Ramatut. You have, so the post-credit scene is basically, let's go through the first one. So the first one, you have the Council of Kangs. So you have like Ramatut, you have Immortus, and then you have the Scarlet Centurion, and basically they're basically that sets up the the Kang Dynasty, and then that's the first one. Now the second one is basically you see Kang in the 1920s, and then you see Michael M. Mobius there, you see Loki there. And that pretty much sets up Loki Season 2, which I think Loki Season 2 might come maybe spring 23. Or maybe, I think Secret Invasion will come up first and then this will come after. So, yeah, that's post-credit scenes. I thought they were good. I thought both of them were good. So, yeah, I just wanted to make this short video because I've got to talk about them. And, yeah, so guys, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.